Hello Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. These are your messages for November, and a very happy birthday to those of you that are celebrating your solar returns during this time. Sorry if you can hear fireworks in the background. It is kind of evening here on a Saturday and I've just hit the mic. A great start to your reading. Let's have a look. The first card that we have coming up for you as your underlying energy is the Eight of Cups. Now, this is a card that talks about being emotionally done with the situation. Sometimes it's seen as someone walking away from a situation, and yeah, the energies can lead to that, but the actual core energy of this card is being emotionally done. Cups always represent our emotions. So this is when we've looked at a situation, we've looked at what we have, and we're just like, I'm not feeling this anymore. This is just not, it's not making me happy. It's not my heart's desire. I deserve more than this. I actually don't see it as a bad card. I don't have good or bad cards, but overall, I think it's a card of progress, a card of movement. It's when we've looked at our situation and we've decided that, I deserve more than this. Now, this person who walks away from the Eight Cups, so they have Eight Cups, right? They're in great formation there. They're sitting there. It takes a lot of courage to be able to walk away from what you have with the faith that you will get more and that you deserve more. So that's actually a really good energy to have, a great energy. Not always the easiest to do, but the thing with the Eight of Cups is that you are emotionally done. You've reached that place where you're like, emotionally, I can't take anymore and I deserve more than this. Now, it's a general reading. So some of you may be facing this from someone else. They may tell you that, they're not happy in a situation, whether that's a work situation, a romantic relationship, whatever it is, wherever these messages resonate with you. But it is about looking for more, wanting more, knowing that there is more out there, that, going for your heart's desire. Now, for some of you, that is going to be to do with a relationship because we have the Two of Cups coming up at the heart of your reading. Now, the Two of Cups, it's a card that speaks of a connection, a very profound connection. The two people, they feel the same way about each other. They have the same love for each other, the same support, the same emotions. Everything's the same. They kind of reflect each other. Now, it is a two. And I've had, somebody commented on this in the Cancer video, I think. They said I was being a typical Aquarian and downplaying the significance of the Two of Cups. My argument to that is I'm not downplaying the significance of it, but there is more than this. This is not the pinnacle of any relationship. It's a two. If the cycle runs from an ace all the way up to a 10, then why would number two be the pinnacle? We've still got, a long way to go before we get there. This is that initial connection for me, where you meet someone and you realize, wow, we're on the same page, that this person feels the same way as me, or I have a profound connection with this person. I always say this, the Two of Cups, it doesn't just refer to romantic relationships. This can be that perfect friend that comes along when we need them. This can be a business partnership that, they have the same view, have the same outlook that we have on a project. They see it going the same way that we do, and they can come and help us. A work colleague. So bear that in mind. Now, the significance of the Two of Cups coming up at the heart of your reading is, for some of you, that's what the Eight of Cups is about. That whatever partnerships you're in, wherever that partnership may be, it's not emotionally satisfying you anymore. Now, that doesn't mean, like I said, that you're walking away from a partnership. It may be that you're just done with the way it's making you feel right now. So some of you are going to speak to that person. You'll speak to your partner in whichever area and say to them, like, I'm not happy. This is just not doing it for me. I think we can get more from this connection. Well, yeah, others of you might decide to go elsewhere, to look elsewhere, to find more, that you want more. It can be overall in life, in general, you might not be happy with where you are personally. If you're working on a goal, if you're working on a dream, and then the Two of Cups can indicate that you're looking for a partner who helps support you on your own, on your own quest to find your dream. Now, something interesting comes up in your reading. We have the Nine of Cups here, which obviously is the natural conclusion to this, right? We have this person walking off from the Eight of Cups to look for the Nine of Cups. But the thing is, this is coming up as a past energy. This is the foundation of your reading. So for some of you, it's going to have been that you have already gained something that you thought you wanted. Whatever it is, whichever area you thought it would make you happy, it was something that you may have been trying to manifest, something that you thought, this is my heart's desire. Some of you got it and you realized it wasn't your heart's desire, or that it didn't satisfy you as much as you thought it would. That's what there's always a warning with this card. It says, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. So it is a foundation, it's a past. And it's interesting because if you look at this card, he's got his 9 cups. This is the wish card, right? So he's got his 9 cups there. He doesn't look very happy. He looks quite miserable there. He doesn't look at all happy. He kind of sat there glumly with his 9 cups behind him, which is kind of strange because most of the 9 of cups cards, the guy's really happy on there. He looks quite smug usually. But you see the 9 cups there. Is he unhappy because there's a gap there? That's the 10th cup. That would be the completion of the cycle. Is that what he wants? So this, I mean, especially from this deck, it's a new tarot deck that I'm using. It could very much be that, you thought you got something and you thought it would make you happy, but it didn't. It's not making you happy. It's not giving you that satisfaction. Now, what does this call for? Where does this lead? Well, we have the King of Swords coming up in the present. The King of Swords, what this says to me is that this is becoming very clear on what it is that you want. If we look at that whole top row, we have the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. That's all very much about feelings, emotions. This is how I feel, emotional support. These are my dreams. These are my goals. The King of Swords, he comes in with his sword, cuts away at all the crap, and he's like, okay, what have we got here? What's the truth in this situation? This is also about being very authentic. Some of you may have felt that you had to be a certain way, or, it can be the way you articulate your ideas. The swords always represent our thoughts, our ideas, our beliefs, and how we communicate them. So maybe you're deciding to communicate in a different way now. This could be that. Now, this could be someone that you're dealing with, in which case they may be an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or someone who embodies those kind of air qualities, right? Because the signs don't own the cards. It's just the characteristics that they take on. The King of Swords, he's the advisor. He's the consultant. He's the one that knows what to do. He's very clear thinking. He can detach from his emotions. And he has no problems coming up with ideas and deciding what needs to be done. He's usually learned a lot from his experiences. And, because of his experiences, the knowledge that he has, he usually knows what to do. He'll have the answer. So for some of you, that's going to mean that, you could be getting advice from someone. Maybe that's, the King of Swords energy is this person, is the one that comes in to support you. He's the one that now decides that, he says, okay, well, we can do this. He has a shared idea. He helps you to get clear on what your dream is, on what your wish is. That's further backed up by the fact that we have the Queen of Swords coming up as a future energy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure you guys got the King and Queen of Swords last time as well. Now, are these two? Because remember, the 2 of Cups is a meeting of the minds, of the hearts. It's where two people, they connect really profoundly, and sometimes it can be that sense of that fated feeling. If you're going through this King of Swords energy right now, where you're trying to become very clear in your thoughts, trying to communicate what it is that you want, get it done, like trying to get whatever this idea is that you have, you're trying to project it out into the world, to communicate it to the world. This could be the perfect person that comes along. All right, she does have her back to him, but that's kind of the Queen of Swords, right? If you don't come at her with the truth, she will cut you. It's always interesting to me that she sits there. She sits there with her hand out saying, come on, come to me. It's like a welcoming hand, like, come here. But then she has a sword up. So if you don't come to her with truth, if you don't come to her really saying who you are, and what your truth is, being authentic, she doesn't put up with any of that. Now, the significance of both the King and Queen of Swords there again is that who's going to understand? They will understand each other. They kind of think alike. They act alike. They both know what to do. Now, usually I would say the King and Queen of Swords, the King and Queen of any suit, really, they're the perfect partners. They get each other. They work in the same way. And that's kind of further kind of magnified in your reading because you have the 2 of Cups here. This says the same thing. So it's kind of shown to you, and it's shown to you in the 2 of Cups, which is at the heart of your reading. And we see that in the present and in the future as well. Now, what I will say to you is, if you look at these cards, like in the 8 of Cups, it's someone walking off by themselves. Even the King of Swords, he sits there alone. But then someone comes in. It kind of feels like Someone, I think the main energy here for you guys of what's really coming through is someone who's on the same page as you. But there's a question: what page are you on, Scorpio? The reason I say that is the advice card, and I usually say the advice is what leads to the future energy. The advice card is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is not telling you to be alone. And a lot of people look at the Hermit card and they think they're being told to be lonely. On the contrary, what the Hermit does is he looks for answers, and it's a very kind of reflective card. It's a very kind of, look at him. He's kind of lost in thought. He's contemplative. He's kind of pondering something. So I kind of feel like what this is telling you is asking you to like take a step back almost, but have a look within. What page are you on? If I'm telling you someone's going to come along and they're on the same page as you, what page are you on? Like, you have to know where you are first. It's that magnet system, right? You're going to attract someone, even if it's your partner, even if you are in a partnership already and you're trying to fix the partnership, you're not actually walking away from anything. You're just trying to fix your partnership. You have to know where you are. You have to know what you want from that partnership before you can ask the other person to kind of meet you halfway on that. Now, you have the Nine of Cups sat above the Hermit. So it does feel like a lot of what you're reassessing and looking at is what your heart's desire is. What is it that you want? What's missing from here? Because you got your 9 cups, but something's still missing. It's not a 10. That cycle's not complete. So it kind of feels like that's what this Hermit energy is all about. It's you becoming very clear on what you want, what your dream is, what your wish is. Because I can guarantee you this, you absolutely know what isn't working for you. That you're clear on. And you have the strength and you have the faith to walk away from it. That takes a lot. That takes a lot. Even to get your wish and then to say, you know, I want more. Like, some people would say that's greed, but is it? It's so easy to kind of get to a place like a dream, to have a goal, to get there. And then when it's not working, and it doesn't always work because we change, our dreams change, our situations change. It's so easy to just be in that situation and think, well, I've invested so much time and energy into this that I'll just stick with it and be unhappy. But you're not doing that. So I love that. I love that you're not doing that. But yeah, for these two to connect, for these two to have that meeting of the minds, to have that. And I said this last time as well. These two are chatty Cathys. Like, they're going to really talk. They're going to hash things out. They're going to discuss things. They're going to debate things. They're going to help each other with ideas. But to do that, you need to know where you are. What is it that you bring to the table? That's kind of what seems to be coming up here. I like it though. I like it. If you've been feeling alone, if you feel like you've been doing this kind of wandering around looking, you know, you've had the faith to go and find your 9th cup, but you feel like you've been doing it alone. There is this kind of very kind of coupley partnership, I've got your back kind of feeling coming up in your cards. And like I said, the actual core, the situation may be to do with a relationship, or it could be something else that's going on with you, but you have that support, you have a partnership coming in that helps you to achieve your goals. They have the same kind of dream as you, the same vision as you do. And let's have a look at your oracle cards. So the very first one that comes up for you is very soon, and it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And that's kind of what I said about the Hermit, right? As soon as you get done through doing this, and this is the card for Virgo, looking at the details, and we're in your season, Scorpio. That's what you guys are about. Looking underneath, looking at the underbelly, like what's truly there. What is it that you want? And this kind of very soon card, that's what it's saying, the same thing. Like, you figure out, as soon as you've clearly decided what you want, it will come to you. It will come to you. And I think for a lot of you, it's that partnership aspect, or that support, or even if it's something that you're doing on your own, someone comes along to help you. And your oracle cards really kind of support your reading, actually. We have coming up from the Whispers of Love, be authentic to who you are. And it says you are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Let's just show you that. And that's these two. That's these two. They are very real. That's why they come across as harsh. Like, some people find them cruel. But then there is a thin line between being cruel and being like honest. And they speak their truth. But they'll listen to your truth as well. That's the whole thing. And, you know, be authentic to who you are. That's what the message is saying, that it is about authenticity. Who you are is enough. I say that at the end of every single video. Who you are is enough. Now, there does feel like there's a decision that needs to be made here because we have fork in the road coming up. I don't know if you can see that. It's on the side anyway, but we have a fork in the road. So this talks about that you've reached look how many signposts there are here. I don't know if you can see them. And your little, is that a little donkey or a horse or something? Oh, actually, it looks like an alpaca or a llama or something. But yeah, it's, you're ready to go on that journey. You're ready to pick where you want to go. But it says we can get stuck there. We can stand at the crossroads and think, which way do I go? Is this the right way? Is that the right way? The fork in the road, it says, you don't get stuck there, because sometimes we can just get stuck. If you're not happy where you are, you have to go in a different direction. You have to pick somewhere new to go. You have to pick just whichever way you want to go. But we can get stuck because we don't want to pick the wrong way. We don't want to pick the wrong direction. And fork in the road says, weigh up the pros and cons, pick one. There's no wrong direction. There's no wrong decision that you can make. Why is that? Because you can course correct. And like the King and Queen of Swords show you, they have the knowledge. They've been through every conceivable difficult thing that's happened to them. They've done it, but they have the knowledge of it. They know from their experiences what the right thing to do is. So you have to trust yourself and trust that you'll be able to deal with whatever comes along. Like she's sometimes called, she's called all sorts of horrible things, like, the widow queen, the divorce queen, the heartache queen, because she's gone through so much. But it's made her stronger. It's made her knowledgeable. She's formidable. And then the final card that I have for you from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, I think that's what it's called, is the Cosmos. And this is creativity and vastness. Love this card. So it's telling you right now that, if you have creative projects, if you have ideas that you want, and not just creativity in, painting a picture or making music or this is about creation. All of life is creation. We manifest, we have a dream, right? The 9 of Cups, we have a dream and we decide from that, we want to create that. We want to make that into a reality. So it's kind of like the magician card in some ways for me that, it's telling you, you have everything, but, you have to be clear in your intentions right now. Be mindful of what you're thinking. Be mindful of the intentions that you're setting. Make sure you're doing it from a place of authenticity, like the King, Queen of Swords. Is this your truth? Are you looking at your truth? Are you coming from a place of truth? Are you coming from where you truly are? And I'd say you probably are, especially with the Hermit coming up here. I like this. I really like this energy because, like the Cosmos says, you can create now. Creativity and vastness, the whole vastness of the universal energies, they're at your disposal. But how are you going to use them? You can't, if you've got, doesn't matter what tools you have, you can't use them to do anything if you don't know what you want to make from them.